After abuse, you may notice that you have negative thoughts about yourself. You might believe you're not good enough or you can't trust anyone. The good news is it's possible to stop these negative thoughts after abuse, but it takes work and patience. In today's episode, we'll talk about how to recognize those negative self-perceptions and what you can do about them. Hey queens, welcome to But Still She Thrives. Do you want to stop getting caught up in that wicked web of a creepy, crawly narcissist? Do you find yourself up late at night replaying the abuse you put up with and wondering how you can heal now? Do you wake up hoping for healthy relationships and peace only to feel totally exhausted and mind-effed? Girl, I see you! I'm Christy. I too had to disconnect from toxic people in my life, and I wished I could undo the damage. I felt ashamed, lonely, and kind of lost. But I'm a stubborn Italian, and I refused to give up. I found ways to recalibrate my mind and body more quickly than I thought, and can now share them with you. In this podcast, you will find coping tools, healing methods, and confidence boosters so you can trust yourself and find peace and freedom. So shields up, ladies. Let's go protect our peace. Are you feeling lost after post-narcissistic abuse? I'm your girl. I got you. This is my specialty. Go check out ways to work with me at www.christyjade, that's CHRISTY, jade.com. Click on Work With Me and find all the fun ways you can work with me, whether it's one-on-one coaching or a pre-recorded boundaries course. First of all, I want you to repeat after me. That's not my shit. If you don't want to say shit, say stuff, but not your shit. Do not let the abuser define who you are. You are so much more than the negative comments and actions of this abuser, and it's important for you to remember this. Instead of focusing on the abuser's negative comments and actions, focus on yourself. Look at what you have achieved in life so far, the good things about you, and how far along the road to recovery from abuse has taken you. Even if you're kind of baby stepping out, you are getting onto the other side of that abuse, right? It's important not only for your mental health, but also for your self-esteem. Number 2, write down those negative thoughts. If you've been following me a while, you know I love to write down feelings. So write them down. It's important to identify what your negative thoughts are first and how they can impact you. So when you write them down, it gives you an opportunity to really think about them in detail. You may be surprised at how often these negative thoughts actually pop up in that little brain of yours. I mean, big brain. You got a big, beautiful brain. So write down the positive counter argument. This is one of my favorite things to do with my clients when we're working through the earlier stuff and getting through these thoughts is reversing this damage that has been done, reversing these thoughts that someone else put in your head that are not true. We are going to get to the truth, right? You don't feel worthy because someone else said that. It's not because it's true. So take, for example, you feel worthless. Try writing out an alternative viewpoint on the same topic. I am valuable. This will help shift your perspective and provide some balance in your life by reminding you of all the good things about yourself instead of focusing on this BS that someone else put in your brain and someone else tried to make you believe for their own narrative, their own life, their own shit. Again, that's not your shit, okay? So once you've written that down and you've turned it around, you can keep this handy nearby, look at it. Maybe you want to do 1 or 2 to start and just kind of start reminding yourself and replacing those negative thoughts. This actually does work over time. It can take practice. That's where we say it's work. Yeah, it's work, it's practice, whatever you want to call it. And it is a form of self-care, right? Number 3, practicing good self-care. Woohoo! I'm the queen of self-care. I love it. First, find time to be alone. It's great to go out with your friends, with your family, people that lift you up. That's great. But you do need time alone to do your own work, that inside work that you can't really do when you have a lot of distractions. So take time to relax, unwind, meditate, do yoga, take a bath, things that you enjoy, going for a walk, reading a book. Write down even a list of things. So when you have some free time, when you've carved that out for yourself, make sure you carve it out every week. You can even go to your list and say, what sounds really good right about now? If you follow me on Instagram, you know one of my favorite things to do is dance. I haven't danced as much lately, but we need to do some more dancing. I did do one this week. So if you're not following me on Instagram, by the way, go find me, Fierce Christy Jade. Say hello. All right, let's get to the next one, which is number 4. Don't compare yourself to other people and don't beat yourself up. Sometimes when we're on this journey after abuse, we can compare ourselves to people in other situations, and it's just kind of a useless thing. No person is on the same path, okay? Everybody has a different story. Everybody has a different timeline, and trying to match someone else's timeline or their life in ways or wishing this or wanting that, we've just got to let that go. We are on our own timeline. All you can do is learn from what you've gone through and apply what you learn, tools like this, getting support, anything you can do to help put your life in a different direction and learn from the past, but don't beat yourself up about the past either. It's gone. The past is gone. It has molded you who you are. I'm a big advocate of actually having pride, not in my pain, but in what I do with that pain, with that experience now. I would not be where I am today without what I've gone through. Was it like on my top 10 of how I want to live my life? Maybe not, right? But it is what it is. It happened. Some of it was devastating. Some of it was horrible. But I would not be where I am today if I did not go through that. I wouldn't appreciate things the same way I do now, and I wouldn't be helping the people I am today. So I am a big advocate of not really looking at and trying to regret or beat myself up over decisions I made, or why was I so weak I couldn't get out of this like earlier than I did. That's BS. Let's stop it, okay? Life is too short for that. That goes in that whole negative self-talk bin. We need to trash it and reverse it. Smash, smash, and reverse it. Remember that? I don't know the lyrics, and I don't think you do either. Okay, let's move on. Number 5 is very important to me and has helped me a lot in my journey, and that is surrounding yourself with uplifting people. Bottom line, other people's energy affects our own energy. Can I get a what? You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? There's some people that when you're around them, you feel like you are on the top of the world, and it's not inconsistent, right? Like, I mean, we could go down that narc path. Sometimes you could feel on top of the world with them, but then they will drop you real low. So that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about people who are just joyful people, peaceful people. They're not into all the drama. They might, everyone has their days, but in general, they're consistently a joy to be around, and we gravitate toward them for a reason, right? Same goes for the opposite. There are people that are draining and will suck your energy and will use you and will take advantage of you. And even if they're not intentionally doing it, they'll use you as a dumping ground for just all their drama or their negativity and their complaining and their gossip. You don't need that in your life, especially after abuse. Never really, okay, let's be honest, but especially when you have gone through something yourself and you are looking for peace. Ask yourself, is this person in alignment for me in my journey to peace? Are they adding peace to my life? Are they adding joy? Or are they just sucking my energy, which is, you probably don't have that energy to give, let's be honest, right? So surround yourselves, even if it's only a couple of close friends that you have. It's important to surround yourselves with happiness and peace and calm. People who talk about exciting things and life and activities and growth. Maybe they're doing their little self-growth themselves, right? Not people who talk about other people and dramatic situations and blah, blah, blah. That's how it feels inside, right? We don't like that. So don't take on all this negative energy that you just have no business taking on right now. And if you don't have those people, go find them. Get yourself out there. I know you're doing all this healing work and everything, but it is a really nice thing to have a support system. You can always look on like Facebook groups or meetup.com. There's all sorts of resources. You can always reach out to me. I can help you out finding those things. I love doing that sort of thing. You can always email me, and all of my information is down in the show notes, aka the podcast description. Also, don't forget, I have one more spot open. So if you want an hour-long phone call with a 2-week blueprint to peace that we can work on, I'm working on a framework for a course I'm doing. So I'm taking on a few clients right now at a very discounted price. So it's $50 instead of my normal $200 for this. So if you are interested, email me. I have one more spot left, fiercemamac @gmail.com, or you can find ways to connect with me in my show notes. But yes, I would love to. I'm going to try to tie that up this week. So reach out if you are interested, like ASAP, so we can get going. And I would love to help you. So to wrap this up, these mofos did some damage to your brain, okay? It is not irreversible. It is not going to identify you. We're not going to let it, okay? So number one, what are we going to do to help? Focusing on yourself and remembering this is their shit, okay? This is their stuff. You write those negative thoughts down. That's number two. Write them down, turn them around. Woo, can make a song out of it. Number three, practice your good old self-care. Number four, don't compare yourself to other people. Give yourself grace for the past. And number five, surround yourself with positive mofos instead of negative mofos. You know what I mean. We need some cheerleaders around us right now, all right? So be comforted in the fact it's possible to stop the negative thoughts, but it may take a little time, a little practice, like I said. But it's okay to have these negative thoughts. It's totally normal to have this after abuse. So if you're like, why can't I stop thinking? Because you have had a narcissist who are the worst people in the world that can scramble your brains up real good. But we are going to unscramble them, okay? So between the self-care, meditation, yoga, and the rewriting of these negative thoughts, flipping them into positives, you can start to rewire your brain and your nervous system. Again, it takes time, and there are more ways. So if you work with me, like you grab one of those calls, we can work on more customized ways, and we will do that. I love doing that with my clients. So know that there is a way to stop these thoughts. I know they can get obsessive and overwhelming. So breathe. And for me, part of knowing there is going to be a way out was something that helped me, was having faith and seeing someone else on the other side. So I'm here to tell you I'm on the other side. Is life perfect with no hiccups? No, but I can't tell you the amount of growth I had in actually a pretty quick time. So if you're willing to put the effort in and get support, it's a lot quicker. So I will see you in the next episode. And as always, don't forget how wonderful you are. You deserve to be loved. You didn't deserve what happened to you. You are stepping up and healing, and it's a beautiful thing. I'm so proud of you. Talk to you soon. Smooches and deuces. If you are loving this podcast but want a little more customized guidance, go to my website at www.christyjade, that's CHRISTY, jade.com, and go to the Work With Me tab to find ways you can work with me. I would love to help you. Also, don't forget to look in the show notes, aka the description of this podcast, for any related links that I mention and more Christy Jade fun.